and I was like, I might lose this game to the Sushi deck, man. Hey, what's up guys? It's been a couple days since I made my last video, and a couple things actually happened in Masterduel. I think the biggest and the most important one is the Invincible Raid selection pack, which is actually pretty good in my opinion, because it has some powerful archetypes like the Bee Trooper, which I think right now is probably at full power and is really powerful. Now, how free to play friendly it is, I'm not entirely sure, because there's 2 ultra rares and I think you need a couple Sting Lancers to make the deck work. And then there's also one that's called Dinomorphia, which I believe to not be at full power yet, but as the game progresses and they add more cards, this deck is definitely going to be really good. I think that's why a lot of the really good cards are high rarity and ultra rare. And other than that, you get support for stuff like DDDs and Nordic Beast and some other stuff. But my favorite, and the card I think is most important and meta impactful in this set, is definitely Guardian Chimera. The reason I think it's so good is because you can run it in fusion decks, and it allows you to bring out a big boss monster that lets you draw 2 cards or 1 card and pop a card on the field. It also can't be targeted by card effects if polymerization's in the graveyard. Another new addition to Masterduel was definitely the Duelist Cup, and if you've heard of it or have already played in it, I just want to talk about it a little bit. And I really love the Duelist Cup. I love that it gives you gems based off your rank straight at the start, and also you get these packs that are actually quite decent. But I think the thing I love most about the Duelist Cup is the players. And the Duelist Cup had a lot of unique decks. It's actually what I wanted to make the video about. The Duelist Cup was amazing. I freaking loved it. I played against so many fun decks in the Duelist Cup that I was so surprised that I wasn't playing against just pure Flunderees or pure meta. No, I actually played against really unique strategies. Strategies I didn't think I'd be seeing, like, at all. And they're playing it in the Duelist Cup, so... I mean, that's amazing. In all the replays, I'm playing a Despia deck. The reason I'm playing Despia is because of the new edition of Guardian Chimera. It's a card I really love, and I just wanted to playtest with it as much as I can. And I think Despia is one of the better decks you can use to summon it. My plays are really basic. The thing I'm trying to do in the Despia archetype is basically just bring out this guy, Masquerade. Masquerade has an effect where if my opponent activates a card, they have to pay 600 life points to activate it. And in pretty much all the duels, I just try to bring out this guy so my opponent has to pay as many life points as possible in order to play the game. But yeah, Raigeki, it's an out. My opponent's playing a unique deck. Dude, look at this. He's playing gadgets. Like, what? This is a deck that I would see in like normal and rare play. So I was actually really surprised to be seeing this in like Duelist Cup. I thought this event was going to be super competitive, but to me, it honestly felt like casuals. Like I was playing against decks that I like rarely ever see. And I freaking love that. And in this replay, it was a duel just right after. I'm playing against an Ad Ignister deck. No, I think I've only seen Ad Ignister like once. And that was at like when Masterduel like first came out. So I don't really know what they do. I know they spam out a bunch of monsters, but my opponent's end board was actually quite amazing. Now it wasn't like, oh, triple Omni Negate, like trap row, hand traps. Like, no, it was simply like, he summoned a big monster and I couldn't get rid of it. And as you'll see in this replay, like, I just can't do anything about his monster. I mean, I think I managed to think of one out, but it had to rely on my opponent not having any monster negates. And Ad Ignister has a built-in monster that you can banish it from the graveyard and negate an opponent's monster effect. So there's really nothing I could do. Like, look at this guy. He's a Link 6. Like, that's crazy. I've never seen a Link 6 before. So this is definitely a first-time duel for me. I had Super Polymerization in my hand, and I was like, man, I wish I could use this. Guardian Chimera, I'm like, I gotta get rid of the back row. I gotta do something. Like, I had no idea what to do. I thought the game was over already. And my only answer was Starving Venom Dragon, and I was going to copy his attack and attack over it, but he negates my monster, and there's nothing I can do. I lost. But even though I lost, the duel was just so cool and fun that I really enjoyed it. In fact, I enjoyed Duelist Cup so much. Just seeing all these unique decks that people brought in, it was wonderful. I honestly want to see more of this in Yu-Gi-Oh! So I wanted to ask you guys, what decks did you bring into Duelist Cup, and what were your experiences? I honestly want to know if you had fun, or if duels were really bad, if you played against like 12 Eldlik in a row or something. But yeah, Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day or night, and maybe I'll catch you later. Peace. Oh yeah, this guy was playing the Sushi deck, and it was really back and forth. Like, this deck was so crazy. I know I tried to build Sushis when they came out, but I never managed. And I played against an opponent who just managed to actually play a really good Sushi deck. Now, I won't say I'm like going easy. I'm actually trying to win the game, but my opponent has a lot of plays and his top decks are really good. They're definitely heart of the cards material. The Sushis have this one trap where you can like reveal 3 cards and then you can add one to your hand. And it also has a really cool graveyard effect where you can like shuffle Sushis in your graveyard and then draw a card. Now right here I'm thinking, oh, the game's over. I'm just gonna attack with all these. He can't do anything. He Nibiru's me. Gets rid of everything. Now I'm only able to bring out one monster, Guardian Chimera, and he can't be targeted by card effects. So I'm like, how am I gonna lose, right? This is a winning game, right? But as you'll see, dude, the Sushis are kind of amazing. He literally top decked one of the Sushis that he needed, and he's able to get his plays going. I'm like, holy crap, this guy is not done. And then he brings out Zeus, and I'm like, well, now I gotta get rid of Zeus, right? I top deck an Ash Blossom. Frightfur Patchwork, I don't think it's really gonna be doing anything in this matchup. And he activates Zeus, and I'm pretty sure it just sends everything. And I Ash Blossom because I don't really want him to shuffle his cards into his deck and draw one. Just because, I mean, I saw what one card off the top of his deck can do, and I don't really want that to happen again. But it's not the end of the world because I'm able to get back my field spell and bring out Quaeritis. Now, Quaeritis doesn't really do anything on its own. Yeah, it lowers the attack to 0, but if Zeus is in defense, I can't really get over it. So I'm going to use Tragedy in my graveyard, bring out Branded in red. I can't use it this turn, but it's going to allow me to fusion summon as soon as I get one monster. And that was the only monster I needed. He activates Maxx, and I'm like, damn man, I don't really want to be giving him any cards, so just pass my turn. It's his turn to go. And then he has a Sushi in. I mean, like, I don't really know what that did. Maybe he missed his hits or something, but yeah, Quaeritis is able to hold down the fort. He's not able to attack or do anything, and I think this is where I just take the game. But man, it was really cool. And would you believe this, but this is Duelist Cup. This is literally Duelist Cup. And I was like, I might lose this game to the Sushi deck, man. Like, what the heck? That was an amazing duel. And props to the opponent for that deck. Like, wow, that was amazing.